Character development, a story that makes sense on so many levels. It's everything we've been asking for so long from WWE. They provide us, they give us a match at WrestleMania, and all I've seen on Twitter today is boo, we don't want that match. If you're saying that right, I'm going straight there, straight away. You are a living, breathing WTF moment. The Universal title picture on SmackDown, and in particular, the development of the Edge character as the bastard who lived within. He's always been there, and now he's coming out because, quite frankly, he's old and a bit insecure, and he doesn't want to be Batista from WrestleMania 30. It's all fantastic, it all makes sense, and on top of that, by the way, last night's SmackDown saw Mysterio and Dolph Ziggler steal the show. Come on, bring it on, as the song goes. The end is nigh, the end is nigh, time to run away, the end is nigh, nigh. But I am Ross Twiddell from Cultaholic Wrestling, and these are all the WTF moments from last night's SmackDown, which, by the way, in terms of the build to WrestleMania, SmackDown should be renamed Fastlane because meow! We're going bloody quick. Intro, man. Hit the intro very promptly. Now, hey WWE, I saw that bottom box there, and my first thought was, let's forget about last week's SmackDown, and my second thought was, Sami Zayn is right. That is empirical scientific evidence right there that WWE have their favourites, and on top of that, WWE are against Sami Zayn. Justice for Sami Zayn is what I was saying in this point of the show. Later on, I was saying, why, Sami, why? And while describing the events that took place at Fastlane 2021, Corey Graves said about Daniel Bryan that Daniel Bryan effectively made God bleed. And as somebody said a long time ago, God is simply dog spelled backwards. Therefore, I've got to make this a WTF moment, Corey Graves, because we all know that Roman Reigns is not called the Big God. It's the big dog. Now, I fully understand that Daniel Bryan is a very angry small man after what happened at Fastlane 2021. But Daniel Bryan running down Edge at the start of last night's SmackDown, then immediately straight away after that saying that people didn't earn their dream match at WrestleMania 37, pointed the lovely sign in the sky, is a load of absolute twaddle for me. And my second name is almost Twaddle, it's Tweddle. Quite frankly, Daniel Bryan, Edge, he won the Royal Rumble of 2021, and then, quite frankly, Daniel Bryan, Edge, he played the game and got involved in your match at Fastlane 2021. Quite frankly, he earned it, but while also being a hypocritical bastard, because as I said at the top of this video right here, the bastard who lives within Edge, he's coming out now because he never left. And so the first segment of last night's SmackDown ended with Daniel Bryan sat in the middle of the ring on a chair saying, I'm not going to leave this ring until I get what I want. And Gimmick Infringement Kane has an issue with that. Gimmick Infringement Kane, what is your issue with Daniel Bryan saying, give me what I want? Oh, is it really? You want me to do the impersonation, do you? Oh, do you really? I don't think I can provide that kind of spittle while doing that impersonation, Kane. Are you sure you want me to give that a go? I'll give you what you want, Gimmick Infringement Kane. I'll set you down there and say, give me what I want! You know what I want. I know that you won't give me what I want, but I want that thing anyway. Give me what I want. I told you I couldn't provide the spit. So yes, basically, shades of Dave Batista there from Daniel Bryan. And in the words of Corey Graves after saying what happened right about there during last night's SmackDown, whoa! I hope that Angelo Dawkins is okay. Sports! It's still there. It appeared on Monday Night Raw, but it is still there. What are you still talking about, WWE? It's this kind of stuff here that gives us professional wrestling fans, your WWE Universe WWE, such a bad name. You see, because people who do not watch WWE might come across utter bollocks like that, and then they see the word sports in there alongside legitimate sports, and they'll say, those professional wrestling fans don't even know it's fake. We do know it's fake. WWE changed that. Of course, I don't actually think it's fake in the true sense of the word. I do appreciate the superstars of today breaking their bodies in the name of our entertainment. I'm very grateful, thank you. And then I was just watching that KO segment from last night's SmackDown, right? And I saw that there. That was very gentlemanly of me, wasn't it now? That lady there with the most expressive of faces. And I was thinking, it can't be. It can't be. But then I turned into Maggle Cole and I was thinking, could it be? It is! It's Jen, who, by the way, Dave Meltzer revealed on a podcast of his a long time ago that she has a very expressive face. He didn't call her Jen, he called her woman with expressive face. And if Dave Meltzer says it's true, it must be true. Jen and her expressive face were on last night's SmackDown during a KO show segment. It's poetry in motion. I bet she's emotional about it. So there we have it. It happened, right? And I'm just saying that because if I didn't say that, some people in the comments down below would be calling me nasty names. So there. I've said it. It's referenced. And first of all, when I saw that thing there, I was thinking, why, Sami, why? I want to push my fingers into my eyes. But then I was thinking, I hope The Undertaker is not backstage in WWE when Logan Paul presumably will be inside the Thunderdome next week on SmackDown. And then I was thinking, by gum, I hope the Peacock have got rid of the end of The Undertaker versus Bossman from WrestleMania way back in 1999, if you know why those two things are relevant there. In terms of Logan Paul, good for you, I'm not going to explain it. But then I was thinking, hey, I'm in my late 20s. I don't watch that load of nonsense on YouTube. I'm an old man, I'm out of touch, I'm Vince McMahon. But I can fully understand why WWE would go after somebody like Logan Paul and the new, presumably audience and eyes he will bring in to see WWE. Hopefully those new eyes stick around and the business prospers and everything's hunky-dory. But still, Sami Zayn clearly doesn't know who Logan Paul actually is, does he? Outside of the ring. Good move for a professional wrestling heel to bring in Logan Paul, but the actual real Sami Zayn, he doesn't know, does he?
Made a grave mistake, Corey.
And then Corey Graves called Logan Paul the biggest star on YouTube, and I do not think it's true because I took my sorry ass over to Wikipedia, which of course is the best source of information on the interwebs today because anybody, I repeat anybody, can edit it. Therefore you're always getting the single best source of information at any time. It's a wonderful thing. Michael Gary Scott said so. And there's some stats there and Logan Paul's not there, so. And that there is a bold look from Dominic Mysterio. Dare I even say it, a WTF moment worthy attire. Wearing a shirt in dedication to his biological father while standing next to and doing some things with his other dad on WWE SmackDown. That is strong behaviour from you, Dominic Mysterio. But on the flip reverse kind of things, like Blazing Squad way back in the day, it's wholesome to see that Dominic Mysterio hasn't forgotten where he came from, quite literally. Wrestling's weird, isn't it? It's weird that's a thing in the wrestling. Now, I'm not being funny, right? But if Dolph Ziggler reversing a dive over the top rope from Ronald Mysterio into a zigzag in one fluid motion cannot end a professional wrestling match in Dolph Ziggler's favour, quite frankly, what is Dolph Ziggler doing being a professional wrestler today? That move there was absolutely amazing. Ronald tried to launch himself over the top rope, but Ziggler, zigzag reversal in one motion, absolutely fantastic, and all it got was a 2. Absolute nonsense on last night's SmackDown, I tell you. You might as well go home, Ziggler. There's no hope. So then we get a little rundown of the news that both the great Carly and Kane are going into the Hall of Fame this year. Congratulations to both men, of course, but in particular Kane, because I love Kane. But while telling us about Kane going into the Hall of Fame, we get to see tweets from WWE superstars of the past congratulating the Big Red Machine on his lovely crowning achievement. What I'm doing with my arms, I've got no idea. But while telling us the great Carly is going in, we don't see a single tweet. And I was thinking, does anybody at all want to say well done to the great Carly for going into the WWE Hall of Fame? Not even Carly Rae Jepsen? But a quick Twitter search and I am relieved because at least Triple H, he said well done. I hope there's more. There should be more. The great Carly's wonderful. Mago, 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 mago. We know that Roman Reigns will defend his title against WrestleMania. That was a direct quote from Michael Cole. And I don't know about you at home, but if Roman Reigns is actually going to defend his title against WrestleMania, I reckon WrestleMania's got him beat. Not even Mark Henry could lift that thing off his chest if that thing right there was pinning him down to the mat for the 1, for the 2, for the 3. And basically Roman isn't as strong as him, therefore Roman is buggered.
Made a grave mistake, Corey.
Now, I'm not going to make the WTF moment you expect of me right now because, as we all heard on last night's SmackDown, right at the end of the show, Corey Graves called Logan Paul a very clever man, something like that, a very intelligent individual. And clearly, having the amount of money that Logan Paul has, he is that, even if he's done some very stupid things in the past. I also think Logan Paul's a bit of a tit, but he's got a lot more money than me, so who's the real tit here? Me. The real WTF moment for me, though, arrived when Corey Graves called Logan Paul a highly skilled boxer. Well then, Corey Graves, he still lost to KSI, didn't he? England. Honestly, I couldn't give a toss. But still, though, go on the mighty England, beating the America in the boxing and such. I've been Ross Twiddell from Cultaholic Wrestling, and that was it for your WTF moments from last night's SmackDown. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you greatly. I'll see you next time.